Whatever
Looks like it
happened to
is
personal
final
accountability?
table locked you up 17K,
You know?
and they're at 8,200 right now.
Doug, ace-jack offsuit in the hijack.
This is close. He can probably small 3-bet, fold to a jam here, or he can jam. That's going to be bad news.
1.94.
All in for Doug.
1.8 though. You say that's
It's not
fine. It's not
exciting to call a shove here for, let's see, 16,
Very close. 194.
194.
20,
Oh, hopefully.
22, 23 blinds here? No. Yeah, it's not exciting with ace-queen, but it's certainly a call.
Jason just got here in the studio.
Yeah.
You got it? Okay, thank you, brother.
Oh, man. This is like, I forgot to tip you.
Yeah, this is really close. I think ace-jack off, you can consider folding here. Ace-queen is pretty strong, especially against someone as aggressive and willing to make big moves as Doug.
Why do you fold? Ace queen off.
Oh, wow.
Ace five. Too rich.
ace queen.
Ace queen off.
Didn't actually realize that I had that many big blinds.
Maybe it's
yeah,
not
it's-
this one. I don't know.
Yeah, that was a pretty big shove by Doug. I was a bit surprised.
24.
You didn't realize?
Online poker is back in the United States with Club WPT Gold. Get the details in the description below.
I don't have some crazy story where like I was down to like an ante and came back and won. No, I don't have a good one.
There you go.
I think I was probably down the last Lodge main event that I final table. I think I was probably down to like 5 big blinds at some point.
See, there you go. That's your
Something
story.
like that. There we go. I have no specifics. Couldn't tell you any sort of hand that I won, but at some point I didn't have many chips, and then I had more.
Doug is going to come along here in the small blind. Elvin
Yeah.
going to fold. So Doug with a chance to eliminate Jesse.
Fair fight.
Couple live cards and diamonds for Doug.
Basically a flip.
And there's 2 sevens, so
3 of hearts.
needs running hearts. Does not come. Doug is going to win this. And Jesse is eliminated. Lodge Card Club's Signature Series is back starting in February 2025 with over $2.5 million in guarantees. Get the details in the description below.
Being able to condition yourself and play well as the night gets deep is a huge part of tournament poker. Doug's going to continue to stay on the offensive.
Dip in chat says Jason, who's the chip leader here, was down to 2 big blinds very late last night. So, wow, what a comeback for him. He'll have a story if he could make it happen. Doug with the flush possibilities. Pair of sevens for Phoenix goes check, check.
I'm interested that Doug checked that back. I think that the last check raise might have spooked him a bit. Not spooked him in so much that he's going to deviate from what he believes to be correct, but he's probably thinks that he's more inclined to get check raised, and this is a hand that really doesn't want to get check raised. I think if he had no previous hands with Phoenix, I think that he would be very likely to see bet this board with this exact hand.
Doug's going to fire out 385
About
into 550.
About half pot.
And there's the call.
Yeah.
And Doug's going to win another 1.3 million chips. And all of a sudden, he's got 3.5 million chips. He started 29 hands ago. He had 1 million chips.
Sure Kevin is hoping the final table will wrap up before Monday Night Raw
Ivey?
starts.
1.13.
Doug with King 9 suited on the button.
All in.
He's
Yeah.
going to go all in.
Yeah, shoving for about 12 big blinds
2.5.
effective.
Oh yeah, I call.
And Ebony makes the call with pocket nines.
Not what I want to see.
This is for Ebony's tournament life.
Nice spot for Ebony. Doug is good
Oh
at
my
these.
goodness.
Doug is quite good at
Ready,
these.
There's the
Yeah.
diamond.
One of the best of all time.
Doug knocking out Ebony.
Just ruining dreams.
Lines always kill me on this fucking stream. I got 8th place last time I played queens to nines all in free. And then the last one before that, 14th, got it in like aces to nines. And I'm just like, oh my God.
It's unlucky.
Good luck, everyone.
Good seeing you, Ebony.
You
The
too.
amazingly talented Ebony Kenny.
Tough way to bust there for Ebony.
Final table will be tomorrow. Join us, same channel. Lodge live stream, over 200,000 subscribers.
Three.
We'd love you to be one of them. About 2:30 p.m. Central Time, give or take a few minutes tomorrow.
Can I see your stack real quick? Sure. Do you know kind of how much that is?
I think I started with right about 3.
Thank you. How much is it? Right?
260.
Call.
Yes. Take that.
I think Doug will be continuing here. You can decide between check raising or check calling. He probably prefers check raise a bit, just because he just has so little raw equity.
Call.
But he's going to go ahead and check call. I think either is fine. Turns a double gutter here, but it's not really one that he's terribly excited about, given that Billy's going to have some ace X. And now Doug is going to try to find... I would assume Doug is going to bluff this almost every time, given that it's the bottom of his range. Can't show down for anything. He's just trying to fold out some hands like this. Maybe some
1.56.
hands like pocket nines or something. But mostly just trying to fold out these unpaired overcards. But he goes for the overbet.
1.5 million.
So he's really trying to fold out these non-ace X hands. This is why Doug is so dangerous to play. He's just really capable of finding these big bluffs and also pairing them with his value, knowing that he's going to have more 8x than the cutoff here. And just being willing to do this late in a tournament is something that, not everybody is capable of.
The fact that Billy is taking this amount of time is pretty impressive too.
This would be a crazy call. He put his chips back. Like he counted them out, but he kind of moved them back into his stack.
Think this is just Hollywood?
I don't know a lot about Billy. He does beat So like Doug's bluffs here are the hands that he has, the straight draws. The hands like 6-5, 6-4, 5-4, 10-9, Jack 10 maybe, Jack 9. There's a lot of those. And if he thinks that Doug is going to bluff all of them and is limited to 8x for value, then he has a hand that can consider calling.
Wow.
But
He
he's
lays
gonna
it
let
down.
go. Yeah, that's just a brutal way to lose a bunch of your chips, having to call off first Doug there.
And Doug with a nice hand there. 5 high like a boss. Subtle jab from Bones.
Not a jab at all. There, for those who don't know that
The brawl at the Mahal.
yeah, Jay and Mixon have a bet on 200 hours playing 1-2, who has the highest hourly, and Jay has a bunch of side bets with Doug and with a few other people. I actually have a little bit of action on Jay to win the challenge, but I think he's losing at the moment.
Understand.
Billy with the ladies. Doug with ace-5 suited.
Quick, man.
And this is a hand that Doug can shove here. I don't know if he will. See if he's all 3 options here. He can call, shove.
All in.
Yeah, and he's gonna get called here. Huge hand
Oh my
here.
God.
Maybe I might drop right now.
And this is pretty nice for Jimmy. They're on a pay jump right now. And if Doug wins here, he gets the pay jump. Just a massive pot for the tournament.
There's the ace for Doug.
He's just so good at these.
No queen. And Billy
You elect for it?
is going to be eliminated.
3.
Wow.
And Doug, all of a sudden,
Let's just double check. I'm terrible
with
at
7.4 million chips.
Billy is not interested in the double checking. He is ready to leave.
3.6. 3.8.
Doug,
Jimmy threw up
ace
the
right
pay
in the
jump.
window.
Maybe one of these ones here that were like a $200 buy-in with like a bunch of starting days.
Yeah.
I've probably been in 10. I don't think I've ever been in more than 10. But 10 seems about right.
For those of you asking, Doug fired 1 bullet in this tournament.
I've been in a 3K for 7. That was
Ooh,
unfortunate.
that was unfortunate.
It was a rough weekend. I get it. I'm a bit surprised that Doug is making this call versus Elvin. I don't think that Elvin has a ton of hands that he's opening that are worse unpaired. But, you know, he has a lot of connectivity with the Queen of Diamonds, so I get it. This is probably pretty close to the worst hand that Doug ever has in this spot, so let's see if he decides to bluff it. Almost definitely can't show down here for anything.
All in.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it shows for 2x pot again.
Nice.
Nice play by Doug.
Nice
And that's
play from Doug.
one of the reasons that he decides that he can float that hand is that he gets to, on the turn check lines, he just gets to bluff a bunch, and he thinks that Elvin probably doesn't have enough hands that check turn and can call a river.
Very exciting FT, bunch of regulars. Players from around the Austin Round Rock area, San Antonio. Excited to see who takes home the 200K and the trophy. Jaywin first hand, big slick. Second in chips coming into the FT. Got a favorable seat draw on the left of Doug. And he's raising it up.
Those big purple chips are 500,000. Red chips 100,000, and the sky blue chips are 25,000. 3 chip values in play.
Action folds back around to Doug. Let's see if Doug wants the tango. He will.
Wow.
Make the call for 600K. All the chips can apply a lot of pressure to Jaywin, but don't usually see these two tango. And he flops the flush.
But Jaywin with the
King
of diamonds. Oh, my God.
And the ace. It's going to be like this today, Rick? Holy smokes. Doug doesn't even flinch. Snap checks it over to Jay, who has the nut blocker and top pair. He's loving this flop.
The 2 chip leaders tangling on hand 1.
There's also a player not at the table, one player late, so we're starting 8-handed. And one of the short stacks, Elvin's not at the table yet. And with these pay jumps in play, it would be disaster for Jaywin to exit this tournament so early. To the turn we go. 3.7 in the middle. $1,000+ in chat. Those who got here on time are rewarded with fireworks early. Doug checks it over once again. Jaywin taking his time, rightfully so. So many things to consider. You kind of wish you get a couple hands, ease in. Probably these players, even though they're regulars on the stream, a little bit nervous. Jaywin, more of a cash game player, doesn't have so much tournament experience, but he's been running well recently. That big running deep there in the main event, and he's had some results here. He's reaching for chips.
Oh, my goodness. Looking for any diamond that's not the 8 of diamonds.
That's 1.6.
Does Doug go for it all now is the question, and put Jaywin in just a terrible spot. Just makes the call.
Oh, my goodness. Jaywin looking for a diamond that's not the 8 of diamonds. It's the 8. No diamond. It was a red 8. Doug with the flop flush and the check mark.
And is Jaywin just satisfied with the size of this pot now? 7 million in the middle. See the gulp there from Jay, and he's reaching, still going for value, it looks like, or just doing some inventory. Gets called on flop, turn. No problem checking this one back. Trying to decide what we can get value from if we're betting. Hand number one.
I can only think of one worse hand.
Yeah. So he's going to check it. Can't believe it.
So Jaywin, who started the day with 6.4 million on hand one, now has 3.2 million, and Doug strikes first with a 6.9 million chip pot.
Yeah, the king of diamonds.
Ace, king, king of diamonds.
That's a pretty rare.
I think it's foreshadowing.
I had king jack.
Speaking of aces,
Would you have won?
Vu from San Antonio.
So,
He won
no,
last year's
would-
Mayhem Main Event
That would have been.
Yeah,
for 188,000.
He hit the last king.
Oh no, you.
He wants to be known as
King-
Deja
the
Vu
one-outer.
if he wins this one.
nice.
King, queen. Or sorry, king, queen, queen.
I see what you did there,
You
Rick.
see what I did there?
But we are a long
I had king
ways
jack.
away as now Vu, the short stack at the table is 1.4. And
There's 6 more kings in the deck, I think.
does he want to trap
we could check the
or
stack
under the
afterwards.
gun? Just, send it in.
had king ten?
You want to try and get
King
some
jack
value,
nine.
but
It was a one outer.
you have 7 big blinds.
joking.
Can't do much trapping with 7 bigs.
Yeah, king jack.
Maybe
TM doesn't tell jokes, so I believe him.
No, I believe TM. I thought someone said
TM's humor is the really dry kind where you usually don't realize he's joking until like
You have to wait
realize
for his
fucking-
follow up.
Yeah.
If he doesn't smile after.
All in with, oh, he doesn't go all in, almost all in. Leaves a little few chips behind.
1.3.
Doug, for this price and a hand like ace jack, likely to be looking up Vu. And he's in there.
5 calls.
Vu left himself 100,000 chips behind.
Six fold. 7 fold. 8 fold. 9 fold.
Everybody else out of there.
Hope you fold. I have 100K.
What's up?
I hope you fold this 100K.
I'm gonna have to think about it.
Don't take too long here. You gonna stop me? Oh my God.
2 is all in. 5 calls.
Oh. Wow.
He's a defending champ.
You won this last Mayhem? I didn't realize that. Wow.
Better recognize the defending champ,
Well, I'm looking
Doug.
good here.
1%.
Let's lock it up for Vu. The double up that he needed now sitting on 3.3.
Good. There's the jack.
Well, congratulations so much. Good luck to you. Vu win, finishes in 8th place.
Thank you, Rick. Thank you, Vu. Nice to get that interview on the elimination. And right back onto the felt, we have an all-in Doug versus Brandt for 3.6 million. Brandt in great shape here to survive and double. And he does so with the straight. Doug's starting to bleed some chips now. Terry, tired of getting picked on. Doug's been opening almost every opportunity he gets. A suited king with already 500K out there in the middle. Does he want to put out another 250 to see if he connects?
How much
He's
is
going to
it?
put all of it. Doesn't really have enough fold equity. Doug, only another $1 million to call with 2 paint cards. He's in there. And TM in the lead with the king high. He'll be delighted to see that, but you see the equities.
Nice
Anybody's ball game.
Got the value.
TM up out of his seat. A non-believer as the jack in the window. All hearts as well. Doug with the only heart. TM walking away. But there's the 3 of diamonds. Come on back, sir. Vaults to the lead, fades the heart, and doubles up to 3.5.
Nice hand.
Sevens for Doug. Jaywin quickly folds the king queen
Uh-oh.
off.
TM with the Gretzky.
Good spot to jam it. Doesn't waste much time. Quickly
Very-
ships it in.
Very quietly. All in.
Even
I need to count on that.
lower than that.
All in.
Very close here.
Very close indeed. Doug usually randomizes these spots. Part of the time he'll call, part of the time he'll fold here. Let's see what he falls on. And if he finds the call, what a great spot it would be for Terry.
3.4.
Be for more than half of Doug's chips.
All right.
Actually, he makes the call. 7.4 million chips in the pot.
Huge pot. Terry, who was out the door about an orbit and a half ago, now in great shape to be a true contender. Can he hold? No clubs for Doug. He's going to need a 7. And a 7 only.
7 from heaven does not come. And TM is going to win a big one. Sit back down there, TM. The quiet assassin.
You see now, you can tell, you can sense that he's starting to feel it. Ace queen out of the hijack, 575 to go. Austin with all the chips, suited connector on the button. Does he want to put TM through the ringer? Maybe just flat to 575 and see a flop? Or just lay it down. All options were in play there. A little bit surprised to see Austin lay that one down, honestly. But going to show some respect to TM. Also doesn't want to have to flat and then have Doug jam on him like he's doing here.
Doug all in for his 3.6 million.
How much is that?
3.6.
Terry won't be folding for 3 million. Could this be the end of Doug Polk? 37 hands into the show. And that first scorching hot orbit. Will it all be for nothing?
What was your first tournament in Vegas?
I got him.
Nice.
I might be knit rolling you. Just give me a second here.
Oh, no. Oh, God.
That's not what Doug wanted to hear. You see Terry look at Doug right when he says that to try and get a read. It's pretty hard to scare Doug, but this 3 million's going in. Doug's going to need to connect with the king or some runners.
Yeah, I don't think I could fold this.
Makes the call. Cards on their back, 7.7 in the middle.
This is for Doug's tournament life, and TM at one-man wrecking crew for Doug. There's a king right in the window.
Yeah.
TM never believes. Until now.
Oh, my God.
No diamonds for Doug, and Doug
Good game, guys.
is eliminated.
GG. GG. Good game.